Welcome back, boys and girls. I have a battle against the AmazingMo, and this is going to be a NU match. I think it's a no. Wait, this is a RU match. I lied. And this guy's actually a really good battler. I battled him a few times in the past. I think he's changed his name quite a bit. I think his last time I battled him was like Mo the Mythical Trainer. So yeah, he kind of changes, but that's okay. Now he's AmazingMo TV apparently. So there's the teams. I'm gonna go ahead and bring actually a pretty offensive team, aside from my Porygon too. He's bringing some really scary threats, so I'm just going to go ahead and lead with my Espeon. It's a Choice Specs Espeon. And he's going to go ahead and lead with his Lycanroc. Well, this is the Dusk form. And this is actually a speed tie, and I always lose speed ties, but I was like, screw it. I'm just going to go for it, because I don't have a really good switch in here. And I don't want him to set up like Stealth Rocks, so obviously he's not going to try if I have Magic Bounce out. And he actually just switches out, so he's, like, afraid. And I hit that, Rotom with a Choice Spec Psychic, which actually does not as much as I thought. I mean, Espeon has a ton of special attack. I kind of expected a little more, so that kind of tells me it's, like, a bulky Rotom. But he is going to switch out, and, yeah, we double switch here. So, yeah, Porygon 2 against, Doublade now. And I switch out because of the Secret Sword. I decided to go into my Honchkrow. I do that because I do have the Sucker Punch and the, Pursuit. But he's going to go ahead and set up Swords Dance, which really isn't good. I'm going to go for that Sucker Punch. I figure he has to attack me, and that does nothing. Eviolite is actually really strong on Doublade, because Doublade has 100 base, I think 100 base defense. It is really good bulk, actually. Really good physical bulk. And as you can see, it takes a Honchkrow Sucker Punch disgustingly well. So here I make a mistake going out into my Espeon, because I completely derped and forgot this thing had a priority Ghost move. And I'm like, oh wait, yeah it does. Better go into my Porygon too, but the other thing is, I know this thing has Secret Sword, so I'm like, I gotta switch again. I'm gonna go to Marowak. And, yeah, this thing's also weak to Shadow Snake, but I know I can take one. Unfortunately, now he's gonna get +4, so Marowak's pretty bulky, but a +4 Shadow Snake is going to sting. But I survive it! 17 HP, go for that, Flare Blitz just to take this thing out. This thing actually has 150 base defense, sorry. So yeah, it's especially with the Eviolite, its physical bulk is absolutely absurd. But unfortunately, it does cost me my Marowak's life as well. But that's fine. I don't need Stealth Rocks anyway. But I'm just going to go into my Zydoge. And this guy actually hurts his team really badly. It's a Choice Band Zygarde dog form. And I am kind of afraid of the Scarf here on the Flygon, so I decided to go into my Porygon too. I will trace the Levitate, so if he goes for the Earthquake, obviously he can't hit me. Instead he switches out, which tells me this thing is not Scarfed, so that's important to know. He's probably Dragon Dance. And yeah, he goes out into Blastoise, which is almost certainly Mega. And yeah, he's just going to go back out into his Rotom now as I go for a Thunderbolt. Kind of a predictable play there, but it's going to get a little bit more damage on this Rotom. I don't really have a way to hurt the Rotom, though. I do have Toxic, so I'm just going to go for that. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp, I guess predicting a switch in his Zygarde. But no, that's fine. I can take the slight residual damage on Porygon 2. It's fine with me. It's not going to hurt my attack stat, because I don't use my attack stat. Any switch, he's actually going to activate a Berry, so that's an interesting item for a Rotom, and it definitely, complies with the bulk Rotom thing. But it being Toxic Poison is definitely going to help wither it down. So in comes his Defender thing here again, his Lycanroc, as I go for an Ice Beam. It's going to get a decent damage because Lycanroc's not that bulky, but obviously my Porygon 2 does not have amazing special attack either. But yeah, going to go ahead and switch out now. He's probably just going to use this opportunity to set up Stealth Rocks, that's what I'm thinking. And indeed he does. Plus, if he goes for a rock move, I do have the resistance here with Zydoge. And yeah, there is the Stealth Rock, and I'm just gonna go ahead and attack him. And I go for I think I go for 1,000 arrows, which is really powerful. It hits everything because 1,000 arrows obviously hits even flying Pokemon, despite being a ground move. And I'm just gonna go for it again. It does more than half to this Blastoise. I'm really hoping that I can still 2-hit KO after the increased bulk of Mega Blastoise. It's gonna be close, I think, and I do take it out, which is actually really huge, because this Blastoise could have killed me, and like I said, my Zygarde, or Zydoge as I like to call it, definitely hurts his team. So in comes Flygon. I don't want to take an Outrage, because I don't think I can KO this thing with 1,000 arrows, so I'm just going to switch out into my Porygon too. And he makes actually a really nice play going for that Dragon Dance on the switch, which I was kind of hoping that he would go straight for the Outrage, not wanting to, like, I don't know. But I guess it's a smart play, because he knows he can probably live 1,000 arrows and then outspeed me after a Dragon Dance, so it's a good play. And my Porygon 2 is actually a mixed bulk Porygon 2. He probably doesn't know this. So he's going to switch out, because a max defense Porygon 2, the more common of the two sets, actually will tank that outrage. I think I might be able to take, because I still have obviously a lot of physical bulk on this Porygon 2. It's mixed bulk. But keep in mind, I am not max, I'm not, physically, I'm not EV'd purely physically defensively. This is more of a mixed Porygon 2. So yeah, that's kind of, he didn't want to risk it, he switches out, that's good for me. Anyway, in comes Zydoge again, here out against this Lycanroc. Like I said, I can take pretty much anything he wants to do pretty well. He ends up going for the taunt, though, which is super nice for me, because that doesn't really affect Zydoge, and he was trying to prevent me from recovering. I just went for the recover first, just to see what he would do, what he had for me and all that. Anyway, now I will lock myself into Outrage, and yeah, I obviously have 2 to 3 turns of this, and this is going to be really interesting, because it pretty much forces him to sack 2 to 3 of his Pokemon to me. However, after my Outrage, if he plays his cards right, he's hoping to set up a Flygon sweep. So I have to hope that I can hit through the confusion. So I'm going to get the 3rd turn, going to be able to take down this Lycanroc, and now it's like the moment of truth, because now I'm going to be confused. Now, Confusion did get nerfed in Gen 7. It only has a 33% chance to hit myself. So, come on, Confusion nerf. I just need to hit one more time with Outrage. I do not want to give this guy a Dragon Dance because, yeah, that will really... I don't know if my Porygon 2 can take it. So, unfortunately, I hurt myself in my Confusion, which is huge. 66% chance to win the game right there, being locked into Outrage, but that's really bad. He's going to actually play really nicely here, going for the Earthquake, not going for the Outrage right off the bat, because he knows that obviously I still have 4 Pokemon, so that was a good play not going for the Outrage, knowing that, so he can get more turns of Outrage, so he doesn't confuse himself earlier. So it was a nice heads-up play. Going to go onto my Porygon 2. I'm down to half, and I'm not pure physical bulk. So I'm like, can I live? Oh my god! Porygon 2 is a beast. You don't even need all the physical bulk to take that +1 Outrage from Flygon. You don't even need it! Porygon 2 is the invincible duck, my friend. And yeah, it was a really nice game, Mo. Man, that Porygon 2, though. And not to mention Zydoge, both did pretty excellently. So today's question of the day is going to be, what is your favorite weapon in any game? Obviously, Pokemon does not have weapons. I mean, I guess you can kind of say that Pokemon are weapons. Certainly Lance in Pokemon Adventure certainly thinks so, as he nukes like half of Celadon City with Dragonite Hyper Beam. But, no, a lot of games do have weapons, especially first-person shooters, RPGs, things of that nature. And there's a lot of really great weapons in gaming history. I like the Rainbow Sword for Chrono and Chrono Trigger. But I'm going to have to go ahead and say old school Doom 2, the Super Shotgun. And you guys, if you've been following my videos, I actually do play some competitive Doom, old school Doom still. And the Super Shotgun kind of just changed everything in Doom 2 as opposed to Doom 1. Because it was just so powerful. I mean, it was slower than the regular shotgun, but it shot 20 pellets out of 12, which was a huge thing because especially in competitive Doom, that put it over the edge. That means you can one-shot people with the Super Shotgun. And plus, there's so many strategies. I mean, it has an interesting aiming mechanism because it was hit scan, but it was a little more complicated than that because you kind of like hook fire it. It's a very, very satisfying weapon to use. So yeah, leave a comment about that and see you guys again next time. Later.